Hello everyone, I hope you all guys are healthy and safe. Dear students, today we are going to discuss Unit 9 Physical Education of Class 12. Unit 9 is Psychology and Sports. I already prepared the other videos related to this chapter. If you haven't watched, you can watch. I have given the link of these videos in the description. So today we are going to discuss the topic motivation, its types and techniques. Okay, which is the part of Unit 9. So now let's start. So first let's know what is motivation, what is its meaning. Okay, the word motivation is derived from the Latin word mover, which means to move. So in the condition of motivation, an individual is moved by internal and external force toward the goal. What is motivation? Understand it once again. The word motivation is derived from the Latin word which means mover. Okay, mover, which means the move. So in the condition of motivation, an individual is moved by internal and external force toward the goal. Okay, so now let's understand this meaning of motivation with the help of one definition. What is the definition? Now let's know. According to Elderman, okay, what is the definition? The definition is motivation is a general level of arousal to do action in an individual. What is the motivation? Motivation is a general level of arousal to do action in an individual. So I hope you understood the meaning of motivation. Now let's know about the types of motivation. Types of motivation. Okay, motivation are two types. There are two types of motivation. Now let's know about these both one by one. So the first is intrinsic motivation. What is it? Let's understand. In this type of motivation, an individual is forced by his internal forces to achieve the goal. Okay, you can understand with the help of this term intrinsic. Okay, means which motivation an individual is forced by his internal forces to achieve the goal. Okay, an intrinsic motivational state, an individual is motivated by their own desire, not by any external factor. For example, for enjoyment, for satisfaction, for fame, etc. Okay, whenever a person motivated for enjoyment, for satisfaction, or for fame, so that is called intrinsic motivation. Okay, I hope you understood about the intrinsic motivation. Now let's know about the next one. Next type of motivation is extrinsic motivation. Now let's know what is it. In this kind of motivation, an individual is forced by the external forces to achieve the goal, such as prizes, scholarship, job, money, etc. So we can say the extrinsic motivation is just opposite of intrinsic motivation. Okay, in intrinsic motivation, an individual forced by internal motivation, okay, internal forces, and here individual is forced by external forces, okay, for achieving the goals, such as here prizes, scholarship, job, money. Okay, if someone is motivated for the job, for scholarship, okay, for money, so that we call extrinsic motivation. Okay, we can state the extrinsic motivation. An individual is motivated by some external factors. Okay, whenever an individual is motivated by some external factors, so that will come under extrinsic motivation. So these are the types of motivation. Now let's know a little more about it. Now let's know the motivational techniques used in sports. There are many motivational techniques which are used in sports and games. Okay, with the help of motivational techniques, a sports person gives his better performance. It helps to enhance their techniques and their performance in the field of sports and games. So which are these motivational techniques? Now let's know about these all one by one. So the first is evolution. Evolution is a type of motivational technique. It helps to a sports person to enhance their skill and techniques. Okay, variety. Next is criticism. Criticism is also a motivational techniques. Okay, criticism also helps to enhance the performance. Okay, prizes and prices, I already told you in the extrinsic motivation. Okay, and the next is awards. Okay, the next is jobs, okay, jobs or money we can say, and etc. So many things are there which helps to a sports person to enhance their skill and performance level in the field of sports and games. Okay, so these all are the motivational techniques which are used in sports and games. Okay, I hope you understood about the motivation, its type and techniques. So now let's move to our next topic, which is aggression. Aggression in sports. Now let's know about it. Okay, it is a physical or verbal behavior which is directed towards the goal of harming other living beings either physically or psychologically. Okay, what is aggression in sports? Let's understand it once again. It is a physical or verbal behavior which is directed towards the goal of harming others living beings either physically or psychologically. You must have seen in the sports there are some verbally aggression is there, sometimes physically aggression is there, so that all for towards the goals. Okay, so now let's know what is the concept of it. In sports and games, aggression has many negative as well as positive effects on the performance of sports person. Yes, the aggression has positive as well as negative effects, okay, where on the performance of sports person. So this is about aggression and its concept. Now let's know the types of aggression. Types of aggression. Okay, now we are going to know about the types of aggression in sports. So the first is instrumental aggression. What is instrumental aggression? Now let's know about it. Any physical behavior which is aimed to achieve high performance but unintentionally physically harm to living being is known as instrumental aggression. Understand it once again. What is instrumental aggression? Any physical behavior which is aimed to achieve high performance, but the important thing is here, but unintentionally physically harm the living being. Okay, unintentionally physical harm the living being is known as instrumental aggression. So this is first type of aggression in sport, which is instrumental aggression. Now let's know about the next one. Second type of aggression is hostile aggression. So now let's know about it. What is hostile aggression in sports? Any physical behavior which is aimed to physically injure the living being intentionally is known as hostile aggression. What is hostile aggression? Let's understand it once again. Any physical behavior which is aimed to physically injure in living being intentionally. Okay, understand this word intentionally is known as hostile aggression. I already told you in instrumental aggression there was unintentionally and here intentionally. So I hope you understood about this topic. Okay, I hope you understood about today's all the topic. First I told you about the motivation types and techniques, then I told you about the aggressions and its types. Okay, so I hope you understood, okay, about this topic. So that's all for today. Thank you. Be happy, be healthy.